I had a lady that was good, yeah. I get a curriculum, you know, and then I had pick a curriculum that I like athlete. But the first year she was by herself, which she looked at me when I leave in the classroom. Because it would almost sit by myself. So then I attracted friends. But for all the same reasons, you start looking at this stuff and figuring education. You know, so you have to kind of
Prize Picks. Prize Picks is America's #1 sports.
What's up, fellas? Yeah, it's gonna be tough without glare. No, it's about as good as it's gonna get. Hey, EC, what's up, man? How are you today? All right, just going to run through this set. Some are graded, some aren't. But everything's here except for my Willie Mays. The Mays I had is lower grade. That's was that PSA. Then I'm going to upgrade that. But let's take a look, see if we can get the whole set in here. All right, so there's card 1. There's the Ted Williams. Card 250 in the set also is Ted Williams. It'll have more like a comic back with like multiple images. This is just a standard back with the comic strip down here, just like everything else. Jackie, Ted Williams, Monty Irving, Jim Hagan, Yogi. And I want to say 54 Topps has one of the first cards that has 2 players on it. I know 55 Bowman has one, but I'm not sure about when the first Topps card was. But the O'Brien card here, Tommy Lasorda. Rookie card. Slim Fast, right? Tommy Lasorda. I think these are just some commons I got from like set breaks or something like that along the way. Unless I bought these graded. I don't know. I don't remember. Anyway, let's see if I can turn this this way. Let's see how to do this. Actually, you know what? Make this thing a whole lot easier if I just take this out like this. That I can set much easier. That's really nice. That's I got the windows open and everything. Yeah, there's not a Alan. There's not a player. There's not a card that doesn't show him smiling. I mean, I don't think it exists. He's one of the guys that just, you always see smiling. But solid set. A lot of good Hall of Famers and stars in here. Now let's just do this. Just try to get cards with, no creases, and certain sets I have, just get so expensive. I don't. One day I'll upgrade certain cards, if a set has 15 or 20 cards that are just fillers. And what's nice about doing sets, in my opinion, the set's never complete. You can run across a stack of 20, 54 tops for, let's say, $100. Someone's got some real nice ones and they're just doubles, triples, or they came across in a collection. They just want to liquidate something fast, or you get them in an auction lot that no one really needs, and it's got a bunch of heavy hitter items, and then people are kind of ignoring the cheap stuff. You can get some good deals out there. So, would I upgrade this because the centering? Yeah, I'd have to fall into my lap, but I'm not out there actively looking for it because there's nothing wrong with these cards. I mean, sure, some have some centering issues, but yeah, the banks, extremely tough. And again, I talked about another video, just stuff you learn along the way. I'm no expert, but this information's out there. But one thing about the banks is it's notoriously very, very thin up here. And that white is further down near the top of the lettering here above his name. So when you have a substantial amount or a decent amount, and you can obviously see because it's like cream on white, cream background with a little bit brighter border. It's kind of easier to see here, but that's kind of and then you can look at some of these other ones where there's quite a bit of spacing, and a lot of times you'll see this right at the red, almost next to nothing up there, and it's very common for that card in terms of top and bottom centering. And I always said it would be nice to see. It would have been nice to see this color right here in the banks. I always said that, if the banks had this sky blue, this baby blue here, I think that would be even better. And what would have been if Mantle was in the 54, 55 sets, how expensive those sets would be just for that one card. All right. Kluszewski, Sauer. Yeah, a lot of good names in here, but these are the 8 count pages for the 55 Bowman and stuff like that. They slide off to the side here. I think any standard 8 count is going to look like this. Flip Rosen, Al Rosen. There's Billy Martin. I like the orange. Phil Rizzuto. Warren Spahn. Bobby Shantz, Luke Easter. I haven't looked at these in a while. Duke. I think I have this card graded somewhere. Need to swap it out. There might be a box down there that I just haven't swapped out cards in a while. Eddie Matthews. And you can see that one's cut real close to the top there. Junior, Hoyt Wilhelm, Whitey Ford. Love this card. People like the 53 Bowman color. I don't know. I think that's his best image. It's got the action shot, double action shot on there. I think this is his hands down his best card in my opinion. Sherm Lawler, Stanky. Let's see what else we got in here. Dick Grote, Richie Ashburn. And the missing spots are the cards that are in slabs. Vic Power, he was with Cleveland. Right after this, he was with Cleveland. Yeah, so the back of cards will have this, and they're oversized. A taller card. Let's see. Grab just a random card here. You can kind of see how much difference. Right there. About an extra quarter inch exactly, to be exact, I believe. Got the little comic strip on the back. Inside Baseball. Time to see your eye doctor, Dr. Smith, Palm Beach, Florida. Here's what the card said. Rather than start an argument, he potentially handed the umpa card. Oh, that's what the card said. Okay, I got you. They're like little jokes. I know they were comic strips. I never really paid attention to many of them, but I think it's pretty cool that they got those on there. Reminds me of the Bazooka comics I used to collect from the gum. Pesky. Bob Kane. What else is in here? Bob Swift. Larry Doby. First Black American League player, right after Jackie Robinson. Nice lime green. Pea green, I should say. More like pea green. Andy Pafko. The 52 Topps PSA 10. I think it was Tracy Morgan and Bruce Willis. I forgot the name of the movie, but Bruce was a cop, which he plays in most movies, I believe. And then he had like the card. He was trying to pay for his daughter's wedding or something. I'm not sure the name of it. It was probably 20 years ago. Jackie Jensen. But he had a PSA 10, 52 Topps, Andy Pafko, and he was, I guess, going to use that to pay for his daughter's wedding. Milt Bowling. Dave Hoskins. Wow. When Dave was with Dallas on June 9th, 52, he got 2 letters threatening his life if he pitched that day. But Dave wouldn't be frightened. He hurled the game and won. And that year chalked up 22 wins. Wow, that's crazy. Sign of the times. That's crazy. The more you know. Wally Westlake. Gene Woodling, Gil Hodges. I wonder if these are I think I need to get bigger pages because wait, these fit, but the tops here is like the back part. It's like cut straight where these have an overlap. I'm not sure if there's a different size for these. I must have got this one That's an old, wow, that's a really old SGC label and a 5.5. I just didn't want, the commons and slabs. I think there should be something like that. I just snap them out and put the sticker back there. Hank Bauer. Calvin Hogue. During his baseball career, Cal has played with 10 different teams in 10 different leagues. It's interesting. I still think the sky blue is my favorite color for this set. Then maybe the orange. I like how they have some nicknames on here. Red Crest, Peanuts Lowry, Rube Walker. Let's see if they have their full name on the back. Harry Lee Lowry. Heidi Manouche. Cott Deal. Ellis Ferguson. I noticed. Let's see. Some of these, these are like on the back, like they're reversed, Like this is the front of the card. You flip it around. It's opposite direction on these two. Am I looking at that right? Yes. No. Yeah. It's like reversed. Another thing about some of these cards where I mentioned in the one video, let's see if we can find any roller marks on any of these. Here's one. It's very faint, but you can see the roller mark right here. And these lines, let me just get a closer look on this one. Yeah, you can see the roller marks coming down. Horizontal to the card. So there's any other ones. There's another one. This one's a little bit easier to see. And it's not breaking the surface. It's just, some of them do though. I've seen some, like I said, where they're kind of caught and torn. There was a comp that I was looking at when I was selling the other K line. This is the K line that goes with the set. Real nice red on this nice color. I send it off to get a new holder one of these days. Not a top priority, but it's on my list of things to do. And there was one that had it sold, and it had a couple big lines right here. I've even had some where it's like a chunk missing. Card gets caught. Seen it like that before too. And here's another thing too. If you look at these edges, you know, to me that's the original. It looked almost like a saw cut. It feels jagged, but that's just a rough cut. You can see. Let's see if I can get a close up. There it is. That's just how they came out of the pack from the factory. When you see one that's super sharp, I don't know, it just tends to be a red flag for me. And they're not always like that, but depending on where they were cut and when they were cut, you know, you got a nicer, smoother edge here than you got this rough edge just on the one side. I have a lot of 56s like that. I don't mind it at all. I think I guess the nostalgia of it. I don't know. We'll use that word. We'll use that. It's just how they were made. And there's a lot of cards that were, let's just say, produced heavy, you know, oversized. Let's go. It's got those you got to watch out for because people will trim those things up. Here we go. It's a good example. Nice full card. You can see come on, focus. There's the roller marks right there, from there to there. And I mean, I've seen them run in this far, but usually they're on the edges here. And again, it's not breaking the paper or anything. So like I said, that one that I was looking at that just sold recently, it had them on this left side, and it was PSA 4. And there's the Teddy Williams that has the full comic strip back here. Let's get a closer look at that. Pretty cool. Oops. And if I were to upgrade another star card, I would just probably take out something like this and put the slab in here. But I have the Hank Aaron. I'll show that in a second. Get these back in. And one day I'll edit this live and pull this part of the video out and post it. If anybody is interested in viewing it in the future, seeing what the set looks like. I'm sure there's some other videos out here, but just wanted to share mine and make a video. here it is. Let's do this. Here is the Hank Aaron. Let's take it out of this case. I had a 3 in this. I recently upgraded. Just a real nice, clean copy. Little touch here. Very, very minor chipping. And look at the centering, that color. But apparently they thought it was a 4.5. Okay. Whatever. Fine by me. Able to get a card at a lower price. And yeah, extremely happy with it. My favorite, I'd say favorite player that I never got to watch. It would be Hank Aaron. Barry, what's up, man? Yeah, thank you. All right, so that is the Hank Aaron, and there is the K line. Probably get that reslabbed. And then there's a 4 that I had that is going to, I think it's right here. That's going to Adam. That he's getting for his collection. The red just really, it does pop when it's, in this case is old. It's pretty scratched up and dirty. This is a new grade. Just shines a lot better with some nice new plastic. Alkaline, juiced up. That's right, Alkaline Batteries. Yeah, it is a great name. Great player too, you know. All right, fellas, that's all I got today. Gonna go get some work done. Yeah, that's it. That's all I got. All right, guys, we'll catch y'all soon. Appreciate you watching. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. And we'll see y'all next time. Actually, tomorrow for opening day baseball, 7:00 Eastern. I will be live, maybe at 6, but most likely, obviously 7 is the plan. So if I go on early, I'll be on early. See ya.